So this book, The Bottom of the Pyramid, what was it about exactly?
It was identifying our economic structure of how we as the population are stratified, and that, we think that we're better than people. We think that because we have a job, we're better than someone else. Because we have education, we're better than someone else. It is only now, and I'm not sure how many years it's been since that book was first written, but it's only like 10, almost 20 decades later, 20 decades, 2 decades later, that we're realizing the truth of the book. How many educated and competent people are unemployed now? How many people can't afford homes now? How many people can't afford health care? How many people can't afford to send their children to school? How many people who have challenged children that they cannot get care for? We're all at the bottom of the pyramid. It would be interesting if CK was alive now for him to redress that book and how he would alter some of his thoughts given the trajectory the world has taken.
So a couple things that plays off of that. I think it's Saint Matthew's law where I think that was like is like an old economic law. I think you could find it somewhere in the Bible or something. And basically it says like whoever has more
We'll get more.
will get more. Like basically the rich get richer, the
And
poor
it's the
get poorer.
truth.
And the problem now is I don't know. Well, I'm still pretty young, so I don't know how the world was back before I was born. But the problem with it right now is that our entire system is based to give reward for ownership and not reward for labor.
That's correct.
So the people that are actually doing the work, the people that are actually producing goods, that providing services, they get a pittance for what their services actually provide, for what their
That is
services are worth.
correct.
Whoever owns the company that is paying them, they will get more of it. Like just like for me, example, I know for a fact that the company I work for gets paid more than I do for my job. They get paid like roughly like 1.5 to 2 times my salary. Like
Right.
that's what my company gets for having me as an employee.
I understand that.
So at the end of the day, so when you look at even in politics and thing, right? When you look at public contracts, you want to know why things are so expensive now, why all this money being wasted, and you're wondering where this money being wasted. The money not being wasted on the
That's
people
correct.
doing the jobs. The money is just kind of flying above their head. Everything perfectly legal, by the way. This
Everything
is
perfectly what?
legal. Everything is perfectly legal.
We should discuss what legal is,
Legal means
which we get back to the
they,
whole
they're
issue
not,
of
they're not,
public
yeah.
law.
Yeah, so legal means they can't get arrested for it. So for instance, no, I'm not making minimum wage. I'm making well above minimum wage. All right. So there is no law that makes my company have to pay me a certain amount. It just depends on supply and demand. Everybody looking for job now, so they allow to pay workers less, right? Because people willing to work for less. But the company is still able to charge more because of inflation. They could claim that they have overheads and stuff, and they have all these reasons for them to raise their price. So they could raise their price, raise their profits, and still pay their employees less. Now, as far as I know, there isn't anything illegal about that, but it still drives inequality, and it still causes a lot of wastage going to the people who have the ownership and not the people that actually doing the labor.
I agree with everything you say. My only issue is that I want us to start recognizing that what we call legal is only licensed to do, and licensed for certain people to do, and licensed for certain people to access. Once we understand that, I think we would start to get the power to insist on our own license and insist on our own laws and structures. It's actually quite criminal how a lot of businesses operate.